office very well. He looked out for his classmates. He made sure that they were involved. He made sure that they were engaged. He has a vice president that stuck beside him at all times. They are now currently attending Toledo University, and I think it was about, 8 of you guys that went, and 8 of the recipients of our scholarship, and they are sticking together even there. So I think that Christopher has really learned that leadership role, and he's starting to get seasoned. And I called him earlier to see if he had got here okay, and he was cooking. I said, "Oh my God, Christopher, you cook too?" I said, "That's wonderful." So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Mr. Christopher Scott, who received the Joseph D. Smith Award for the Alumni Association.
Thank you. Wow. 50 years. Can we get another hand for 50 years? Wow, 50 years of family just sticking together. I mean, wow, when I think about it, that really says a lot to me. You got 50 years of East Tech, Scarabs, all together, even, going through everything that's going on in the world today. You got foreclosures, house problems, wife, husband problems, things like that. And we still able to get together and have a good time, and that says a lot to me. Wow, look at the unity in East Tech, and I haven't heard from any of this from any other schools. So that's just powerful to me on the inside, and that just let me know that I gotta hold on to my piece real strong to stay in here with the class, so we gotta represent. All right, now, I haven't been behind the mic in a while now because I've been too busy studying in Toledo. I'm going into pharmacy, a very difficult major, but I really plan to make it. I done seen some new things happen the past year. We got Obama in office. That also brought light to me, saying, okay, Chris, we can do things like that. You can do this if you really want it. Now, how bad do you want it? That's where I'm at with that right now, and I'm working on it real strong. But I do want to go in. I do want to go in a little bit of detail about my history at East Tech. Me with my class and the younger generations that was there with me also. I was actually talking at the table with a couple of young fellas at the table today, and we were talking about how East Tech was during their years, and comparing it to my years. And we had a class where you were able to go and watch a movie for 5 cents to 3 cents, and I'm thinking where is that? I want to watch a movie. All I had was books, but that's cool. And it's so interesting because it done changed a lot. And I can remember when me and Shantira Glasgow, that's my best friend, she's sitting right here, my vice president, my backbone, my support. There she is, she rides with me all the time.
Girlfriend.
And I can remember when we went into East Tech, we already had our mind set on what we wanted to do already. When we first got there, when we was in the 9th grade, the seniors was looking at us because they already know we was coming with something. Like, okay, here they come. They about to try to be better than us. Okay, now we got to step our game up, but they didn't compete. We still won. But it was real interesting because when we came in, we had our ideas and everything already planned out, laid out, blueprints and everything. Like, okay, well, when we get to this year, we want to try to get this done. We want to try to make sure that our class is sticking together in the end. So our senior year, we decided to put together a fundraiser to sell candy. We were selling candy to help raise money for senior dues. Senior dues were about $160. And we know a lot of kids in our class who didn't have the money to pay for, senior dues. So we tried to put together little events to help raise for that. And it was about a month and a half, we raised over $1,280 to help support those in need for senior dues. And that was just something that I thought was real wonderful because we trying to get out there and show support and show them that we care, that we want them to also be successful too. And a lot of times in our community, I'm going to go down in a little bit of detail, in our communities, I don't know about too many other places, but when you think of education, it's not really a have to do at home. Like you don't hear kids getting whooped for having a D or F no more, you know, when they come home. I mean, half the time parents don't care. And if your parent is not caring about your grades a lot of the times, eventually you won't care. If they're not telling you that you can be successful, then chances are you might not even look past it like, well, maybe I just can't. I probably can't be successful. And that's what brings me back to my point about having that strong unity and that leadership between your alumni and the students, the current students in the school, because it says something to them that somebody else cares that's not in their family. That says a lot. It goes a long way. I can remember every time we needed something, me and Chantel were like, okay, who do we call? Miss Humphrey, anytime we needed something, and whenever I called that phone, she answered. And if she didn't answer, she was calling me right back. Miss Cleveland, whenever I needed something, if she didn't answer, she was going to call me right back, and we were going to sit down and put some things together. And that means a lot, because it's like, you don't get that at home. A lot of kids don't get the support. Like, you think, like, well, that's crazy. You know, why aren't parents telling their kids they can be successful? Truthfully, that's really like one of the biggest problems. Parents aren't telling their kids they can be successful no more. They aren't telling them. So if you're not telling me that I can do something or be something, then I'm probably just going to mess around and blow with the wind. And a lot of times when somebody from outside try to tell that to a kid, the kid looking at them like, well, who are you? You have to be sincere with it. You know, if you really care about a kid and you want them to be successful, you have to show them that you want them to be successful. You have to prove that to them, because we've been lied to a lot. We done been lied to a lot, and to get our trust, you have to put in the time to get it. And a lot of kids are stuck in that mode right now where they need somebody to jump in and grab them like, hey, I can help you if you really want my help. And so, you know, this year, you know, the past year, we were just really trying to get in and do what we can to support our class to make sure they want to do something with themselves afterwards. You know, make sure they want to go off and, you know, if not go to school, go into a trade or do something successful. Because, like, right now, I mean, it's a crisis going on, and if nobody's telling it to them, I like to tell it to them. I mean, I don't like to, like, beat around the bush. I like to be straightforward when I'm talking about something that I think is serious. And education, to me, is real serious. You know, like, if you're not going to do that, what are you going to do? What's the other route? I mean, I remember coming in, actually, this past Friday, and I heard about a guy who was shot. He was 18, he got shot in the head. And it's just like, wow, you know, like, we need to keep this unity. That's why it's so important that this alumni stay as strong as it is now, because a lot of kids need your help. I'm not just speaking financially, but they need to hear from you. Hear some of the things that you've been through. You know, give that wisdom to us. We need to hear it, because some of us don't know. And with your support, I guarantee you, East Tech Scares will be stronger. We're going to keep growing stronger and keep going stronger and keep going stronger, and we're going to be some strong Scares. But in closing, I just want to say it's really an honor to be here tonight and having the opportunity to speak with you all, because, I mean, it's just beautiful, you know. 50 years, I keep saying that, but it's just beautiful, you know. 50 years of just staying together, and it's gonna get larger than that. Some kid gonna be my age up here talking about 100 years, 100 years, wow. And I'm gonna be sitting there like, yeah, 100 years, that's right. I just want to thank you all, and I hope everyone have a great night. It's been a pleasure to be here with you all today. Thank you.
Thank you, Christopher. You know,